A rose by any other name would smell just as sweet. But I'm not too sure the same could be said about the title of Firehall Theatre's upcoming musical, Urinetown.
20 years ago, we came to the people of this community with a simple proposition. Look the other way while we run this company as we see fit, and we will keep the pee off the street and the water
Well, on
in
its
the
surface,
ground.
it's about having to pay to pee, but it's actually about corporate greed and revolution and classism. It's really about a lot of stuff apart from having to pay to pee, but that's the filter that it's all put through so that we can have fun.
We are no better than them. In fact, we're worse. Worse?
And how will Firehall Theatre be interpreting this musical?
We really went back to where the musical is inspired by. It was really inspired both by one of the writers' experiences in Europe, having to pay to use the washroom, but also through looking at actually the work of Bertolt Brecht back in the 1920s and 30s. And so we went back to that idea of it being a satire that is about reminding the audience, you're at a show, pay attention, have fun. And so it's kind of a broad satire, it's a broad comedy. The characters are big, the characters are in your face with their humor and their comedy. So we're really taking it from that point of view. Let's just be completely unabashed about the humor.
Let's meet the staff. Staff!
Glenn, can you tell me about your character you portray in Urinetown?
Well, I'm the bad guy. I'm the guy that everybody hates that has created this system where there's no such thing as private bathrooms anymore. So he profits off of everybody else having to use his public toilets.
And what do you like most about this musical?
Oh, the music is great. It's really, really fun. It's a funny show, and you recognize sort of riffs from other shows. So it's almost like a satire of musicals, you know. So anyway, it's a lot of fun.
People close, so they say to the tree, looky here.
Katie, how long have you been in preparation for opening night?
Well, we've been working on the production since the summertime, working with the producers, myself and Rob Audette, and putting together the music and with Jerome directing. And then the cast started working on the show just at the beginning of September. So we have about a 7-week turnaround when we start a show.
And how many people do you have working on this production of Urinetown?
Well, there's 18 cast members. We've got 4 musicians, live band, drums and brass and woodwinds and a keyboard. And then we've got a whole bunch of production staff, from producers to painters to props people, and everyone that comes out to do the shows here are volunteers, 100% volunteers, so it's great.
And why did Firehall Theatre choose to perform Urinetown?
Well, at Firehall, we've been trying to do works that excite us. And it was a show that hasn't been happening in Niagara. And it's a show that when we started talking about it, people got really excited. People, actors and producers and musicians got really excited about the material. It's just such a fun, unusual show. Don't be scared off by the title. You know, even on our posters, we put that. It's an award-winning musical. It won Tonys. It's an award-winning musical with a terrible name. And the terrible name, even the first scene, gets made fun of. So come just expecting to have a good time, and you will.
You can purchase tickets to the award-winning musical Urinetown by visiting firehalltheatre.net. And take it from me, you really want to go. In Niagara Falls reporting for The Source, I'm Norah-Jean Howard.